Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there's the Six of Wands. That is a very strong, very beautiful card to begin with. Now let's put that into some context. We're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread here to see what we've got here. Seems like we've got a lot of air, we've got some water, we've got some earth, a little more water. This is interesting. This is, we start with a lot of fire here, and then we kind of get some air and some water around, a little more air and water on the path of the serpent, but we've got a little bit of earth as well. But let's do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, and this is the card that we select randomly from the Smith-Waite deck today. And we're just going to put this card over here. We'll put the frog on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, and hopefully that will, tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. All right, so let's see what we've got here. We've got just this one major arcana. We've got water, water, air. We've got our fire. We've got water, more air, and a little bit of earth. So it seems like it's sort of balanced. It's a little bit weird, to be honest with you. Let's start with this Six of Wands, all right? I think that you're someone right now, your creative work, whatever the work is that you do, if it's employment, career, if it's your art, your literal creative work, if it's your family, if it's your relationships, whatever you're doing right now, I think there is this, this victory that's coming your way, okay? I think that whatever has been the difficulty is no more, all right? Whatever your obstacle was, you've overcome it, okay? With the Six of Wands here, I feel like it's a cooperation. I feel like it is you, well, to be honest, kind of getting your way, right? I think that this is you with your creative will overcoming the obstacles. And I do think that there are could be a Cancer person that's involved in this with you. But I do think there's at least one other person that is either a partner, an associate, part of the family, is a collaborator, some kind of a colleague, okay? But I feel like the two of you are finally getting on the same page, okay? I think there was some disagreement. There was some kind of obstacle. And looking at it, maybe it has to do with this air energy, I feel. Maybe there was some disagreement between yourself, between maybe this water sign person, maybe there was an air sign person. But I feel with the Four here in the recent past, let's go ahead and talk about the Four. Four of Swords here. This was some, not arguing, not fighting, but just some differing opinions, some differing creative, ideas. It feels like there was just kind of a different understanding of what was supposed to happen. Not that anyone's really wrong, it's just kind of different points of view. And I think what we're working on is being able to see things from the other point of view, okay? And I think this is maybe how you resolve some of this issue with this person. I kind of think it's just like one other person, maybe your romantic partner, maybe your spouse, maybe your sibling, maybe your friend, colleague, coworker, collaborator, whatever. I feel like they're not wrong in what they believe. They just have a different perception of this creative thing. They have a different understanding of how the process works or how this thing works. I don't know if it's a business that the two of you are trying to start, or if it's a business you're already involved in, and there's just now this kind of disagreement about how to move forward, how to really achieve the level of success that you're after. But with the Four of Swords, especially in this position back here, I feel like this is us resolving this disagreement. This may be something that you've just recently, maybe just yesterday or today, kind of come to an understanding with this person. Maybe sort of a compromise, maybe just a conversation, right? Seeing things from their point of view, understanding where they're coming from, but yet I still feel like you have the creative authority here, that you're maintaining creative control, but we're making this other person feel heard and seen and understood. And I think that goes a long way. Okay. But I think that you are also feeling seen and heard and understood. And I think that whatever you're doing is going to be incredibly successful right now. So I think that this is a very important step for you. Okay. I don't know that maybe we haven't really accomplished this for. Maybe this is something that we need to really work on right now, that this card here in this position is saying none of the rest of this can happen until we get here, till we get to that Four of Swords. So that might be the crux of the whole matter, is resolving this kind of disagreement. But it's not, again, it's not like you fundamentally disagree with each other. There's just a different understanding of the process, a different vantage point, right? Everyone sees things from their own unique perspective, and I think this is an opportunity for us to explore that. I kind of feel like before you really make your creative decisions, before you take this thing to the next step, in order to achieve the kind of success that you want, and we see a lot of that here. We see the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. That's a lot of success. That's material success, but that's also like an emotional success, like a joy and a cooperation with others, right? Everybody's going to be happy. Everyone's going to have the success of this thing in the physical world, if it's a business or whatever. But then also there's going to be that satisfaction. You're going to be happy about it, right? So everyone's going to get along. But in order to get there, we've got to do this first. This, I think, before you take another step, we've got to resolve whatever this differing of opinions is, whatever these different perspectives are. I feel like if we ignore them, we're going to a very dangerous place if we ignore them, right? Seven of Cups. We don't want to get here. This is everything being spoiled. This is literally just this opportunity dying on the vine. It's expiring, okay? So if we don't resolve these conflicts now, or I don't even like to call them conflicts. I don't think they really are. I think it's just everybody wants to feel like they have a voice, like they have an opinion, that they're seen and they're heard, right? So we might need to have just a rap session, where everybody can express what they want, what they feel, what they believe, their perspective, and we listen, right? Because we don't want to end up here. We don't want this opportunity to be spoiled, okay? So let's avoid the Seven of Cups. This is really delicious fruit right there in front of you, but we're being dragged down. We're being prevented from just reaching up and grasping it because we're still kind of tied up in this disagreement, this differing of opinions, I guess. And it's almost a feeling as if we avoid this, if we leave the elephant in the room, we don't talk about it, we don't address these differing opinions and issues and perspectives, they're going to come back to haunt us when we get a little bit further than this fire energy, right? We want to keep going with this air and with this fire. We don't want to run into this water, because the water is kind of harmful to the fire, right? They don't really get along. Elementally, fire and water are not friends. And that's, I think all of this really does center on your integrity. Okay? This is how you respond to situations involving other people. This is you doing what you feel is the right thing to do. Kind of how you want others to treat you in a way. This is how you're going to treat other people. This is you being confident enough in your own perspective, your own beliefs, that you can entertain differing opinions, and it's not going to be such a cognitive dissonance. That you can listen and see others, and you can take that into you and put everything under consideration. I kind of feel like with this fire energy right in the middle, that you're the boss here. Right? You're in control, you're in charge, you're the one that makes the decisions, you're the leader. If this is a family, you're the head of the family, right? You are Don Corleone. If this is a work thing, it's maybe like you're in charge of this project or this group or this department, or it's your company, okay? If this is a relationship, that might change the dynamic a little bit, because now it's not so much about our creative will, being victorious, but it's about, making sure that our partner and ourselves are on the same page, looking to the same future, and that we can reach an agreed upon path to get to the future, right? And either way, however this is resonating with you, I think this Four of Swords is really this is the mastermind, right? I think this is the key to it all. The Four Swords, right? The four ways that we're getting to the point. We're getting to the heart of the matter here. By showing up, by listening, by accepting the opinions and feelings of others, and by being respectful, right? The Four of Swords is really, I think, an overlooked card a lot of time. But I think it's very important for us right now. I think this is really, before you take another step, we've got to address this. There's some kind of, there's some communication that needs to happen. I feel as if you are this center fire energy, right? You've got your integrity, your character, you've got your creative will, the direction that you want to take things. You're going to get your people to follow you, right? It's interesting that we have a 3 and then we double it and we get the 6, right? And this is the mystery of it all. This is the key to it all, because it's like my integrity, my self-respect, my boundaries, my ego, right? My creative will, my creative direction recognizes all of that in you, right? We're equals. And that's why we have a 3 into a 6, because it's my 3 and your 3 matched up. And when we match up, well, then we can conquer anything, right? So we need to get everybody we need to rally everyone, even if it's just a spouse, significant other, romantic partner, maybe it's just us and our friend, maybe it's a whole department, a whole team of people, doesn't matter. Take it how it resonates, but I feel as if you are in the middle of this, and we're kind of beset by some of these dangers. We're this fire, we've got the air behind us is the only ally we have, and that is using these 4 ways to listen, to acknowledge, to respect, and to kind of keep quiet, as we're listening, I guess. But then we're beset by this water energy, and the water is really quite detrimental to the fire energy. Obviously water can put the fire out if there's too much of it. So let's go to this. This is the Knight of Cups. This is some Cancerian energy. This is fire of water, right? This is the real life kind of active Cancer energy, okay? This is, down here, this is the archetype of the Cancer energy. So the Cancer energy in practice, this is a lot of emotional energy being thrown at you, okay? Again, if we look at this, and I realize I have the camera switched around, I apologize for that. If we look at this here, we've got this the archetype of the Cancer down below. And this, I think, is within you. I think that there's something that this person is really hitting on with you. This is like your button. And I feel like this is them pushing your button, right? With the Knight of Cups here, I feel like they're pushing your buttons emotionally. It's either an appeal to your emotions, or it's a manipulation of your emotions, or they're pushing that button. Okay? And because we have this Chariot card underneath, I feel like they know your button. They know which one it is. And that's not funny. I shouldn't be laughing. They know what to touch on to kind of either a jab at you, or as a way to kind of get you to change your mind, or get you to acquiesce to their creative will, their leadership, right? So it could be a Cancer person in your life. It could be a water sign person generally, but maybe not. I'm beginning to think that it doesn't matter what exactly the astrological or elemental significance of these cards are right now, because the real important thing is that it's water. The real important thing is that it is fire of water. It's water that's being used to burn, right? So we have to be careful with this. And I don't think that it's because it's from a malicious person. I don't think they really have any ill intent necessarily. But it's just it's a way of getting a point across, of getting, well, really to get this intensity of feeling across in a way that they know is going to really, really affect you, right? So I think that they're pushing buttons. And this is the button down below. This Cancer energy is the button. And this might be related to something about your past, something about your history, your family. This could be something that's related to health issues, past or present. It's something it's something that they know about you, that they can, if it really comes to this, they can kind of pick at that scab a little bit to get to you. Okay. But like I said, we don't really want it to get to this point. We want to be able to incorporate this active air energy. Air and fire get along very well. They strengthen each other, right? The wind comes, fires rage, right? It's good. Fire and water don't really get along. Okay, so we want to use whatever ally we have, and our biggest tool, our biggest ally right now is going to be this conversation, this rap session. This let's listen to everybody. Let's everybody feel respected and heard. I see you. I hear you. Let's talk about it. I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to listen. Okay, I'm not going to interrupt. That's the biggest tool that we have to try to get away from this water energy, so we can avoid all of this, because if it comes to this, these are like low blows, and then this is the spoilage of our efforts altogether. We don't want this one. Okay, do not want that one. What we do want, interesting, is 6 of Swords. This is in your general energy here. Okay, and this is harmony, this is balance, this is everybody now accepting the kind of compromise, but it's not a compromise where everybody, like, what's a compromise, right? It's like, I'm willing to lose a little bit, you're willing to lose a little bit, and then, we can win a little bit too, right? It's just about, a compromise is about, what am I willing to give up to make everybody happy, right? But I expect you to give something up too. So compromise is kind of about loss. I don't really feel like this is the card of compromise. I feel like this is the compromise where everybody wins. This is the type of harmony and resonance where everybody gets exactly what they want, and more even, right? Especially when we look at the rest of the path of the serpent, these 6s are fantastic. I mean, they're just, to have them both together, I think this is unbelievable. So I think it's very important that we take care of this Path of the Dove stuff now, before you really take another step here, because there's a lot at stake. These 2 6s are at stake. We've got to fix this. We've got to get to the 6 of Swords, okay? And this, again, I think it's through the simple, often overlooked, often neglected 4 of Swords. Just showing up, being polite, listening, and, you know, being respectful, being open, right? Not interrupting. And how we can translate that, how we can then express that again, right? We listen and then we kind of repeat, right? But we repeat it in such a way that we're kind of adding our flavor to it. We're adding a little bit more of our own. And we take that 4, we build it into a 6. And the 6 is the form that we want. The 6, it's kind of funny that we have 6, and 6 there for anyone who's superstitious. Well, and we have the 6 of Wands too. I just realized that. You know, I just realized we have all 4 of the 6s right now. So I think this is kind of, there's more at stake even than I thought. Okay. But we want to get to these states, the 6s, right? Any of these even numbers are states, they're nouns, they're forms, right? It's a structure. The odd numbered cards are more of the functions, the verbs, right? We want to get to these very cooperative and harmonious states. The first state we're getting to is this kind of 4, the 4 of Swords state, which is kind of this, the form of everybody in a group just kind of listening and being respectful and being open and having this opportunity for dialogue, you know. What we really want is this 6 of Swords state. And the 6 of Swords state is now everybody's got their eyes on the prize. Everybody has their heart set on the goal, and everybody kind of knows their role, knows their purpose in it all, and is walking away really convinced of this idea that they're getting exactly what they want. That they're right in the center of this. All of you are. We all are. Right in the middle. We're getting everything that we want, but we have to fulfill our part of it. We have to take care of our portion of the work. So this is a real cooperative understanding of kind of the why, right? And the how this is going to be so successful. Because the very next card, beautiful, 6 of Pentacles. This is the state of whatever this business, relationship, family, event, maybe it's some kind of event that you're putting together. Whatever this is that you're doing, this is the state of it being successful. This is the event just coming off without a hitch, being perfect. This is the business now. It's up and running. It's making money. It's all good. This is the state of everybody doing their active work and being fulfilled, getting everything that they expected out of this situation, business, project, department, whatever it is. And again, it could just be you and one other person. It could be you and a romantic partner. It could be just, how do we make this relationship work? Yeah. Maybe this is the relationship reading. But not only is it going to be physically successful on the material plane, but it's going to be emotionally successful here with the 6 of Cups. This is the state of pleasure, happiness, luxury. This is having what you want and enjoying it now. Enjoying what we've created, enjoying what we've built, being thankful. This is a 3 of Cups plus a 3 of Cups, right? And the 3s are functions, expressions, verbs. So the 3 of Cups is me expressing my love and appreciation for you. The other 3 is you expressing your love and appreciation for me. And what does that create between us? Just this happy state, right? This form. And so this is what we're after at the very end, right? We have one thing to go through still, and that is this Queen of Swords. I think the Queen of Swords is, well, in this instance, it's in the position of what we don't want, okay, which is interesting. Because I kind of feel like this should be what we want. Because to me, I'm getting this, getting kind of an emotional feeling from it, right? It's the Queen of Swords, so there's some water there. It's having this intense water energy, let's say this intense love and care and concern and compassion, and we are now communicating that. We are using that as a basis for our expression. So it is, it's almost as if we're trying to take this to a higher level. So what we don't want is to change our mind, to just kind of placate people or to patronize because we're just being sentimental, because we have this water feeling and that's affecting how we're communicating, what we're agreeing to, the decisions we're making, etc. Okay, so maybe that's why we don't want that, right? This is in the position. We don't want that. What we do want, or what we need, because this position, too, on the path of the serpent, this is what we don't want, but it is sometimes what we need. And the other aspect of this card is rising above those emotions to see the proper overview, right? We're seeing how all the pieces come together. I think this is what we need right now. I think this is a perspective that we need to take immediately. Before you do anything, let's take ourselves out of this situation and look at it from above. Try to get this bird's eye view of what is going on. And then we can see that there's this swamp right in front of us, or these fruit that are just about to die on the vine unless we do something. And we can see what's going on in the future, and we can see the state of things now, and we can get a sense of what we do to keep things on track. Okay? So this is the higher perspective. This is us stripping off. See, the figure is kind of taken off the mask there. This is us being real with ourselves. Yeah. This is us, not putting on our persona. This is us just sitting down, just being real, being authentic, being open, being honest. And I think that we need to address some of this energy before we head straight into the Seven of Cups and we miss out on these sixes. All of these sixes really are what we want. The sixes are right in the middle. They're the harmony. They're the beauty of it. We don't want to miss that, right? And instead, we're left with this overripe fruit, this decaying grapevine or something that we see here. So let's be careful with that. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. Thank you, Frog, for your assistance here. Maybe another 6, right? Maybe some more air energy. Maybe it'll be some fire energy. I feel like it almost feels like the fire's being attacked a little bit, right? So maybe we need a reassertion of the fire. Well, we kind of have that with this Art or Temperance card. The Temperance card is some fire energy. This is, in fact, the card that rules the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you are a fast-moving fire sign, yeah? So this is the confirmation that your fire is protected, that you're acting from this place of power and creativity and confidence. You have to be assertive, you have to be strong, but we also have to be a little bit sensitive, a little bit yielding. We have to use our heart and our mind, right? We have to try to blend together our feelings and our logic. And I think that this is a good kind of representation of how all of the elemental energies here need to mix together. We need to use all of these. We need to keep our eye on this water energy. We need to embrace this air energy and bring it into our fire, right? Because what we're trying to do is, well, avoid that water. But we're trying to get over here to the water and to the earth. And it is, it's a tactical challenge, right? It is something that we have to, in the moment, we have to be able to be a little bit fire, a little bit water, a little bit assertive, a little bit yielding. You know, it's a delicate situation. And in the moment, when you're in the middle of all of this, having these discussions or planning or doing the work or running the business, whatever it is, when you're right in the middle of it, it might be difficult to switch gears on the fly like that, right? So I think it's important that we embrace this Queen of Swords as the energy that we need. We need that discernment. We need to be able to look and see the bird's eye view, the overview of what's going on. Yeah. I think this is a very good confirmation card. I think this is showing that you're going to do the right things, that you do have it in you to handle this kind of delicate situation. Okay. Anyway, Sagittarius, we are going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, just click up here. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just for Sagittarius, but for every sign. Okay. I want to thank you for taking this little journey with me. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.